All right, hey everyone. It's Alex here. I'm at Meadow Park Church today. I noticed online that Renewed Vision does not have any video for the network module, and the module itself is pretty straightforward to use. But I have came into some situations recently in conversations with some friends and stuff where people have been asking exactly how we use it, how it fits into our live streaming setup, which we just set up in the past week or so to be able to use it full time to do lyrics into our stream. So I wanted to make like a little video to kind of show how we're going to use it here and how it's set up and the kind of control that we get over that. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you what you're looking at here. So this is my office computer, which is also the computer that is running the lyrics into the stream. So right here, this is actually a screen share for a computer in the other room. They're networked together. So this is the ProPresenter that feeds our projection screens in the sanctuary, which is, if I pull up a background here, normally we'll be running a background and full screen text. No iMag or anything like that. So that's what we're doing in there. Over here this is ProPresenter running locally on this machine. So this machine is the one that feeds our broadcast. And before we go any further, I should preface this by saying if you are going to try and run ProPresenter and in our case wirecast on the same machine, make sure you have a pretty beefy machine. This is a iMac Pro. So it's got quite a ridiculous amount of processing power. When we're running everything, we're usually still only around 50-60% processor power, and you always want to have some headroom in case something spikes. You don't want to overload the CPU ever, or your stream's going to suffer. So that being said, that's why this works. So we've got screen share here, ProPresenter local here, and then up here is Wirecast, which would be the gateway into the internet world for all of the stream stuff. So everything is routing into here. We have an Blackmagic 810 Production Studio 4K that is feeding our camera, that is managing our camera feed, and then a separate X32 so we can mix a separate mix from front of house. X32 feeds the A10, A10 feeds video and audio into an intensity shuttle and into Wirecast here. So this is kind of where that all happens. Alright, so that being said, the first thing you'll have to do so this is the other room ProPresenter preferences, over to modules, and you'll have to buy the master control module, which lets you set a computer as the master. Any computer can be a slave, but only a computer that has this module can be a master. So you can also, if you want to test this out for your own purposes, demo it with the demo as you can all the other modules. We've already bought it, so it's already set up. When you have that set up, you'll come over to the network tab here, and you'll check the enable master control, and you'll have the option to set it as a master slave, and here you'll see any other computers that you have set up to connect to it, or in this case you'll be seeing all the slaves. So I'm going to come over here to the local one and open the same preference window, a little bit bigger. So you'll notice here that I do not have the module installed, but I have it set up as a slave. And I just have it checked to enable as a slave, and the connection happens over here. Where it says disconnect, that will say connect, and it'll look like this. So here it says not connected. You do the connection from the master, and now they're talking to each other. And that's all you actually have to do there. So the great thing about this is, if your church using Planning Center, this is actually really easy for you. Actually, it's probably easy regardless. You can probably do it with a regular playlist, but we use Planning Center. So we're in a series called Divine Direction. So I've got a folder on the master called, called Divine, for Divine Direction. So I'm going to click on the upcoming week. Here's what we're looking at. And so over here, this computer should select this stuff automatically. It'll follow it. And when someone first showed me this, I was like, I don't understand how that would be useful. And the immediate example they used was if you wanted to put your slides to a secondary room or something in a different language, for a different language-based church happening at the same time, you could do something like that. So I decided to adapt it for the live stream, which I think is great. So when I click slides here, you'll notice this computer is following. Now they have to be exactly the same. So right now, because it's new for us, I'm exporting the documents as Pro6 files and bringing them over here as we do songs. So, but it's just going to follow straight through. And so over here we have a template to set stuff up like this. Over here we have a template to set stuff up as lower thirds, and you'll notice these are showing up right in Wirecast here. Now in Wirecast we still can turn it on and off. It's a separate layer. So if for some reason something goes weird or someone leaves something up, we always have the control to turn it off, as you always should. So let's talk about how it's getting from the local ProPresenter into Wirecast, because that was something that kind of took me a hot second to figure out. So what we're doing is using like a Siphon, which creates like it lets you take the output of this inside the computer and run it into something else. So if you come into ProPresenter Preferences, and we're going to go to Display, there's just this little box that says Enable Siphon, right? So what we do here, we're going to add a source, screen capture, and it says Siphon Frame, new Siphon Frame. You hit Add, and then the available servers. So it's kind of like a very basic media server inside your system. If you have more than one, they'll be dropped down here. So basically that's a live real-time import of your ProPresenter lyric stream. And so that's what's happening. So we'll take a song from here, bring it over here, and then use a template to switch everything over to this lower third thing. Now you do have to make sure that you set the background of the slide to be transparent, which I actually was in some discussions and we were wondering if that's possible, and it is. So let's go in here and I'll show you where you do that at. I'll go edit slide and get into the slide editor. I'm going to make this bigger for a second so we can see. So you can see kind of that PNG background showing up there. Second one over here, background. I just set the opacity all the way to 0. And now you have nothing here with the nice little stripe box for text. So that's kind of the setup there. I'm going to do a second one kind of overviewing how we set up for message slides in the near future, mainly for my volunteers to kind of know how to do that if I can't be here or something happens. We've had that happen a couple times and I want to go over that. So watch out for that one if you're interested in that. And I might do a quick outline of how our templates and labels are set up. The Renewed Vision website videos on that are really good and they keep it short. I tend to like to talk a lot, which some people like as it's informative, and other people just want to get the information, so I'm trying to be better about that and leave it at the end. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll try and get back to you. If not, and you're trying to take your live stream to the next level, this is a really cool way to get the lyrics in there, which a lot of us are kind of finding to be an important aspect of the stream. So good luck on your endeavors. Hope this helped you out. Have a great day.